Hello there, and welcome to the Good Old Days of Radio show. This is John Tefteller, your host, and it's the first Tuesday of the month, and you know what that means. At least those of you who listen and download these on a regular basis. That means that we are going to do one of the long lost radio programs that has been long lost for decades. Not that the entire series is lost, but this particular episode is lost, is still lost, but no longer lost. There, how's that for alliteration? It's it's an episode of a show that I don't know much about. It's not one that ever attracted my attention in any way, shape, or form, but I know when I'm underrepresented on these things, and I know when to call in somebody who's very well qualified to talk about it. So, as we did with the 2 episodes of Sam Spade for the last couple months, for this one, we bring in again Dr. Joe Webb, who's a very big fan of the show, Mr. District Attorney. That's the one we teased about last time. And you will be able to now know more than you'll ever want to know about Mr. District Attorney this week and next month. So, Dr. Joe Webb, welcome back to the Good Old Days of Radio show.
I am back with one of my favorite crusades to get on, which is how many people do not know this series and do not know its lead actor, Jay Jostyn, which is a shame, a really terrible thing, because this show was in or near the top 10 radio broadcasts for 10 years. And on Wednesday nights, it was usually the #1 show of all the networks.
Wow, that is interesting. I did not know that. Possibly the reason for my ignorance is just that there aren't that many of these around. I don't think I have any in my collection other than these 2, which I didn't even know I had until they popped up on a tape. But anyway. I don't know much about it. So go ahead, tell us.
And that's part of the reason that there are so few of these programs that have survived. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it was a New York show. New York radio did not have the same kind of sensibilities in terms of preservation or archiving that Hollywood did.
You want to know why?
Hollywood had a sense of it from the film industry.
Nope, that's not it. I mean, it might be it, but here's my take on it. New York City has very little room to store anything, let alone mountains of 16-inch heavy transcription discs. And I've heard from many people who worked in the broadcast industry in the New York area who said, transcription discs? No, we don't have any room for those. Why would we keep those? And so they just didn't. The space and all it is very tight and very expensive in New York City. Whereas in Los Angeles and Southern California, there are lots of space and lots of places to hide things.
Well, I had it from a lot of the actors and all who I met through the Friends of Old Time Radio conventions and all over the years.
Yeah.
Who had the experience of most all of their programs were never recorded, because it was in New York, it was considered to be work, whereas Hollywood and the film industry, a lot of it had more of a sense of this is art. So even though he had skilled people and highly skilled people, a lot of the actors in New York came from Broadway, and if it was good, you went and you did it again, and there was no sense of, gee, we have to save this Broadway play performance, because, first of all, there wasn't the technology to do it at that time, but it was more, we're going from job to job as opposed to doing something that's going to have some kind of long life to it. Now, there were a lot of programs that were recorded on transcriptions, but I think it was one of ABC's warehouses had a massive fire which destroyed lots and lots of network drama programs. Like, that's one of the reasons why there's very few copies of The Fat Man with J. Scott Smart having survived, because they just were destroyed inadvertently.
Yeah, I have one of those
NBC,
somewhere here that's an
yeah,
uncirculated one. We'll have to feature that when we can find it. I know I have
yes,
one that is a one of a kind thing.
and NBC had a lot of discs in New York, and a lot of them got shifted down to the National Archives, is my
Yeah,
understanding.
because they didn't want to keep paying storage on them,
Yes,
which is
yes.
the same. I think if you put my reason for it and your reason for it together, that equals why.
Hmm. It probably does. Look at
Why
us.
pay to store all this stuff? What are we going to do with it?
Yes,
What's the point? Whereas in
yes,
California, plenty of room to store it. Keep storing it. Anyway,
yes.
whatever. Okay, so
Anyways,
Mr. District
so
Attorney, tell us about
so
this.
Mrs. So that's one of the reasons. The history of the program is quite interesting, where many of the people who worked on it came from Cincinnati's station WLW, which was a very important station in the history of radio technology and radio broadcasting. There was a time when WLW was a 50,000 watt station, but it was up to 500,000 watts from 1934, I think, to 1939, and was essentially a national radio station uh, by giving it that amount of power. But it went back down to 50,000. The people who worked there was a man named Ed Byron, who was writing a show called Moon River. And he had an actor on that program. His name was Jay Jostyn. There was another actor who got started there at WLW in its programming, a guy named Frank Lovejoy, and a whole range of other actors who eventually moved from Cincinnati to New York, and some moved out to California. One of them was Wally Mayer, who was such a marvelous talent. So Ed Byron and Jay Jostyn had a relationship for a going back well before Mr. District Attorney hit the air. Um, and when Byron got to New York, he had this idea for a program that focused on, instead of the police, would be in the attorney's office. And he went to Phillips H. Lord, and Phillips H. Lord was the one who actually named the program Mr. District Attorney. And it started with people like Dwight Weiss was the attorney for a while. It was a weekly serial. I think, I don't remember if it was 5 days or 3 days a week, but eventually it got enough traction that it would be a once a week half-hour program. Ed Byron being the producer and one of the writers, and Jay Jostyn being the star.
You should
Byron
mention
and
about Phillips H. Lord. What's the other series
yes,
that people may know him for?
I'm about to do that.
Ah, good. I'm
Um,
jumped the gun again.
yeah, you're sitting on the edge of your seat,
Just
and
waiting
and
for
you
the
can't
opportunity
stand
to.
it.
No, it's
Yes,
got to get that in there.
Phillips H. Lord was probably most famous for the program Gangbusters,
Yes.
which started in the 1930s, which told the stories of the hunt for criminals across the country. Um, people like Dillinger and Bugs Moran and all those folks, and they would supposedly have somebody say, who was a police officer of great standing, saying that they were going to narrate the program. But they would have an actor do it, and they would say, "And now by proxy," so the actor could do it. And people in the audience say, "Oh, by proxy, what does that mean?" I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so it sounds
But
good.
whatever it is, it must be really important. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. So Gangbusters was a very, very big hit, but that was more on the police procedural side, and that show was uh, best known probably for for the pleading with the public to look out for certain criminals, and they would describe these criminals in some of the most grotesque ways. Instead of focusing on their height and their hair color, they'd focus on the nature of the scar across their face.
Well,
But
and then
it was a extremely popular show.
once
So
once
Phillips
you
H.
had
Lord
once
made
you
a lot of
had
money
those
from that.
people once you had those people arrested on gangbusters, you had to do something with them, right? So you
Yes,
bring in a district attorney.
yes, but that's not the way the district attorney show worked.
Oh,
It's
okay.
really it's really interesting how he does more detective work than he does attorneying.
Okay. Well, all right.
But we'll get to that in a second. So Phillips H. Lord decides he's going to name the show Mr. District Attorney. After a little while working together, Ed Byron gets the rights to the Mr. DA franchise, but Phillips H. Lord gets credit. Okay, so he gets credit because of the name that he created. So the series starts. They get a sponsor fairly early on, which is Bristol Myers, which at that time was more of a health and beauty aids business as opposed to a pharmaceutical business, which they changed to in the 1960s. So they had a sponsor with multiple products, and it was a big hit right from the start, basically. And the ratings for Mr. District Attorney were higher than Suspense and almost as big as Lux Radio Theater. And on Wednesday nights, it was packed between Duffy's Tavern and Eddie Cantor, and Mr. DA got higher ratings than those shows. So this went on for almost about 10 years. And because there's very few programs around for people to listen to now, it's kind of forgotten. And that's a shame because Jay Jostyn was a very, very strong actor. And he's another one of those people who was on thousands of radio programs uncredited. And um, like soap operas and stuff during the day, but he was a highly capable actor. But Mr. District Attorney is supposed to be very authoritative, very calm, in a commanding position about what needs to be done to track down certain criminals and the like. So there, it didn't require as much of his range. So he may have been hurt in terms of other roles that I would get later on, because people didn't get a sense of what a good actor he was. He could do certain dialects and all. I did them on programs where he didn't get credit. So he was on soap operas like Second Husband and Our Gal Sunday, and then um, he would sometimes play an attorney on Famous Jury Trials, which is another Ed Byron program. But he was really known for Mr. District Attorney. He became a very prominent figure in the war bonds effort on the East Coast, getting people to buy war bonds to support the war effort starting around 1943. So he was well known even at that time. Um, so he's Mr. District Attorney. Now, a couple of curious things about the character. The first thing is Mr. District Attorney has no name. He's referred to as Mr. District Attorney or Chief or something else, but he doesn't have a name. It spawned some movies. There were I believe 4 movies, and the name they gave him for the first couple was P. Cadwallader Jones. And I said, what the
Yeah,
heck
why
is
that?
that? Please don't give me a name. But they did for the movies. The movies were more of a comedy drama or comedy crime, and they didn't reflect the radio program. They did well. Later on, Dennis O'Keefe would play the part in the movies, and they gave him a name of Steve Bennett. But the time that Jostyn was the DA, he had no name, and a reason was to make it more appealing to people around the country and not link it to a particular city. This was supposed to be the DA in their city. And
Okay.
that's the way they wrote it, so that they would have some kind of personal tie to the program. Now, Phillips H. Lord still had a lot of the rights to the program, and in 1954 he sold the rights to Frederick W. Ziv, and they had David Bryan in the role. Um, uh, the name that they gave the DA at that time was Paul Garrett, and I find it sad that the entire run of the David Bryan, Mr. District Attorney, is available to collectors, but he had really nothing to do with the popularity of this character or the franchise. It was Jay Jostyn for 10 years. So there were basically 8 or so times as more Jay Jostyn episodes of Mr. District Attorney than there were of the syndicated Frederick Ziv version. And we have somewhere maybe around 20 of them. So what is that? We have, the show was on for 10 years. We have half a year, right?
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
Right.
And and we've been lucky over the past 10 years that the network show was part of the AFRS Mystery Playhouse, where they would take different mystery shows, leave the dramas intact, take out the other stuff. And so we now have some District Attorney programs on that AFRS Mystery Playhouse, which ran for a year and a half over Armed Forces Radio. So that's why we have some new ones lately.
Well,
But
let me tell the story of why we have this one and the one for next week, because it's a little bit interesting.
yes,
There was a collector who passed away in the last year or so from the Boston, Massachusetts area named Dr. Barry Brooks. And when he passed away, his family, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, wanted nothing to do with his vast collection of vintage radio programs. And they simply took the thousands and thousands of reels of tape that he had, which many of them were first generation or second generation tapes right off the original transcription discs. They took them and they sent them down to an auction house on Long Island in New York. Those guys that ran the auction house had no clue what all this stuff was, other than a mountain, and it was a literal mountain of reel-to-reel tape, and they were interested in simply selling it off as blank reel-to-reel tape for anybody who wanted to buy blank reel-to-reel tape and reuse it. I was tipped off to this, and I went to the storage locker where they had this stuff, and there were hundreds of boxes of reel-to-reel tape that Dr. Barry Brooks had accumulated over the years, decades. And I only had 2 days. So I went through maybe half of it. Maybe. I'm not even sure I went through half of it. And I pulled anything out that looked interesting, unique, that it didn't seem to be existing anyplace else, or that I suspected would be a first-generation tape rather than a multi-generation tape. And I wound up with a few hundred out of those thousands and thousands of reels. I had to leave. There was no way else to deal with it. I made pleas to different people across the country to see if somebody could come there and get the rest of it. Nobody was able to do so. And I left there thinking that the entire rest of what I left there was going to be just junked forever for blank tape, and that was going to be the end of it. But I did hear later that the world-famous radio raconteur J. David Golden went there and appropriated all the rest of the tapes, and so they have been saved, but they are now part of J. David Golden's library, and who knows when in the world they'll ever come out of there. But anyway, They have been saved. And these two Mr. District Attorney programs were in that collection. They were on a 7-inch reel of tape recorded half-track at 7.5 IPS, and it said on the box, "Original master, do not trade, do not duplicate." So wherever Dr. Barry Brooks got these from, and I don't think we'll ever know that, he never let them out into circulation. So that's why we have these two now. So there's one for this week and one for next month.
Right. I have something to add there.
Okay.
Barry Brooks was a dentist in Winthrop, Massachusetts. He started his practice in 1959, and he died 2 years ago. The practice is still ongoing. His son and daughter are dentists
Okay.
there. Um, he he obviously loved radio, and he was part of the original pioneer radio collectors of the mid 1960s.
Right.
And he was trading aggressively through with collectors like himself in that time. And everybody was believed that they were rescuing what might be the last of that era. So they really made an made an effort to document everything that they had, and to work with as many people as possible. But one of the things that made him a little bit different, as he's doing your root canal, you were probably listening to one of these shows. he he had he had 1940s radio on all the time. And he became known for that in the hobby, not necessarily by his clients. But
one
he
root
he
canal
was
and one Mr. District Attorney. Okay.
yes. You don't have to pay. What's the copay for the Mr. DA, right? Um, so he was. By the time I became aware of him in the late 1970s, early 1980s, he was still trading, but he was still trading with the people he traded with in the 1960s. Those were those were long-term relationships with people who had access to transcription discs, or who were looking for very close to source recordings. They weren't interested in example, finding all the Mr. District Attorneys. They were just thrilled to have something of that particular series that they probably remembered quite fondly. So he passed away in 2022, and he only retired from his dental practice in 2020. So he was in practice a very long time, into his 80s.
Okay, well, that's an interesting addendum to the story, and thank you for
Yeah,
sharing that. I was just sick thinking that all those tapes were going to just be junked for their reel to reel blank content, but J. David Golden has saved them, and we'll see what becomes of them in the future. I got what I got, and we'll deal with that because there are some programs within those tapes that I have that we will feature on our Lost and Now Found
super.
series over the next few months. Okay,
That's
so
great to hear.
before we lose everybody in the weeds here of discussing vintage radios, salvaging shows, etc., the episode we're going to hear of Mr. District Attorney today is called Concerto of Death. Now that sounds like a
Yes,
title from Inner Sanctum, but okay,
or the Shadow,
or The
but
Shadow.
it's different because it starts with the case of the.
Oh,
If it was the Shadow, it would just be
aha.
Concerto of
Okay,
Death.
so this is the case of the shadow,
The
or the
case of,
case of, yeah.
so it's got some kind of legal thing going on here.
All right.
So if anybody knows district attorneys, some DAs at this time hated this program, not because they didn't like listening to it, but because the nature of their work was not exciting like this.
Okay,
Right?
well, but you
You
got to
think
make
of
it exciting for radio.
Yes, you think of a district attorney dealing with a lot of different people during the day in their office, and the only time they're not in their office is when they're in a courtroom. But this district attorney uh, acts more like a detective sometimes. He's going to crime scenes, interviewing people before they're even arrested. He's solving cases. Usually, a district attorney, the police have arrested someone and then they start handling the case on the prosecution side. But that's not the case here. And he has two very important helpers. So Jay Jostyn is the DA. Vicky Vola had the part of Miss Miller, the secretary. So the secretary is going on all these crime scenes with them. And Len Doyle, um, who was a long-term radio actor, he was the part of Harrington. He's the ex-police detective assigned to work in the district attorney's case. And Len Doyle, playing Harrington, he's the everyman. He's the one most like the listeners. Um,
Okay.
Whereas the Mr. DA, he's very educated. He's gone to law school. He's very refined, but he also has a sense that he needs to protect the public from some real ne'er-do-wells who are prowling about to do terrible things. So it's an interesting way that it's laid out. So it's not a district attorney in the technical sense that we would understand it, but as far as the general public listening to this was a more of a family show. They were alerted to different kinds of schemes that criminals might be using to hoodwink them in some particular way. So there's a sense that somebody is out there to protect you, and don't let this happen to you in many of their stories.
All right. So with that, what is the broadcast date of this and the official title? And we will go right to it.
The Case of the Concerto of Death, and it's from January 26, 1944.
Okay, here we go.
Mr. District Attorney, champion of the people, defender of truth, guardian of our fundamental rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mr. District Attorney is brought to you by Vitalis, Vitalis. Vitalis, the famous preparation that keeps your hair well groomed, and used with a speedy 60-second workout, helps you to keep your hair.
And it shall be my duty as district attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crimes perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the rights and privileges of all its citizens.
As our case opens tonight, your district attorney, Miss Miller, and Harrington are attending a piano recital that is being given at the Civic Concert Hall. The performing artist, William Lancaster, is on the stage, playing his concluding selection.
Miss Miller,
Yes, Harrington.
what's the name of this thing he's playing?
Rachmaninoff's Prelude.
Oh. Don't these guys ever play anything people know?
This is a very familiar piece, Harrington.
I ain't never heard it on the hit parade.
Harrington,
Yeah?
those people in front of us are getting annoyed at your whispering.
Oh, sorry, Chief. Miss Miller,
What is it?
how many more does he play?
According to the program, this is the last one.
Well, I hope that you... Oh, sorry, lady. Touchy dame, ain't she?
Please, Harrington, be quiet.
Okay. Hey, is that part of the show?
No, Harrington.
That scream came from backstage.
Yes, it did.
The piano player's running off.
Well, come on, we'd better go back and see what's wrong.
Somebody's in that room there, Chief.
Yes, come on.
Looks like a dressing room.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the trouble here?
That's the guy who was playing the piano.
Yeah.
Look there on the floor.
Yes, I see.
This is my wife. My wife.
Yeah, let me have a look at
Oh,
her.
there's nothing you can do. She's dead.
Yes, I see.
What's that thing around her neck, Chief?
It seems to be a stocking.
Who are you?
I'm the district attorney. You say this is your wife, Mr. Lancaster?
Yes,
She appears to have been strangled.
I know.
The stocking was evidently used for that purpose.
And we've got a murder on our hands.
I'd say so, yes.
Well, whoever done it must still be around here. I better get out.
Oh, wait a minute, Harrington. This woman has been dead for over an hour.
Over an hour? Are you sure, sir?
Yes.
But, Chief, what about that scream we heard?
Well, that had to be someone else.
Did you see anyone when you ran off the stage, Mr. Lancaster?
No.
Have you any idea who might have done this to your wife?
Yes. Yes, I believe I have.
Yeah?
A man named Briscoe.
Who's he?
My manager. At least he was my manager until today.
What happened?
We had a violent quarrel. I discharged him. He threatened to seek revenge.
Was your wife involved in this quarrel?
Yes.
Was he backstage here tonight?
Not so far as I know. I didn't see him.
Harrington, see if you can find out if this man was around.
Right. The guy's name's Briscoe, huh?
Yes.
I'll see what I can find out.
Miss Miller,
Yes, sir.
you'd better call the police. Have them bring the coroner over.
Surely, I'll find out.
I still can't believe this.
When did you see your wife last, Mr. Lancaster?
Just before the performance. I left her here in my dressing room.
What about intermission? Didn't you come back here then?
No, I went into the lounge. There's a couch there. I had to rest.
Did you have any visitors backstage?
Not that I know of.
Well, tell me, this quarrel you had with your manager, just how did it involve your wife?
Well, it was about money. My wife suspected him of juggling my accounts. I checked up on this and found it to be true.
I see.
He knew that my wife was the one who had uncovered his thievery.
Oh, Chief.
Yes, Harrington?
I just been talking to the doorman.
Yes.
He didn't see any sign of this guy Briscoe tonight.
Was he on duty all evening?
Yeah, but he gave me a lead on something else, though.
Yes?
The dame who screamed.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a young girl around 15 or 16 years old. Doorman says he came running toward the stage here as soon as she hollered. When he saw her, she was standing right outside this dressing room.
Well, what happened to her?
She just walked past him, went right out the stage door.
The doorman didn't stop her or
No.
question her?
No.
Well, have you any idea who this girl might be, Mr. Lancaster?
Did the doorman describe her?
He did. She was a blonde, kind of small, wore horn-rimmed glasses.
Well, that sounds as though it might have been my daughter.
Huh?
In fact, it probably was Anita.
Your daughter?
Yes. You see, she and her grandmother came to the concert.
Yes.
I knew they'd be here, but I don't know what she was doing backstage.
Well, she must have gone into the dressing room and seen the body, Chief.
I'd imagine so, yes.
You say she just walked out?
That's what the doorman gave me.
It was rather strange that she'd walk out after finding her own mother's body.
Oh, this isn't her mother.
No?
She's the daughter of my first wife.
Did she know your present wife?
Yes, she had met her.
Chief, you think I ought to go looking for the Briscoe guy?
Yes.
He was living at the Central Hotel. We were all staying there. My room was 2 floors above his.
Mm-hmm. Central Hotel. I'll get right over there. I'll check with you back here, Chief, if I get anything on the guy. Just wait here, miss.
Very well.
Chief. Oh, Chief.
Yes, Harrington.
Could you come out here for a second?
Yes, of course. I thought you were on your way to get...
Yeah, I was, but look what I ran across right outside in the alley.
Oh. Is this the Lancaster girl?
Yeah, she was just standing there, sort of staring into space.
That's a completely inaccurate description. My eyes were closed and I was thinking.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
You needn't humor me.
Anita, is that you, child?
Yes, Father.
Oh, I was so worried about you, darling.
Please don't be demonstrative. I'm quite all right.
Chief, now that I've turned this young lady over to you, I'll get after that Briscoe guy.
Very well.
See you later.
Right.
Anita, this is the district attorney. This is my daughter, sir.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Were you backstage here a while ago, Anita?
Yes,
Are you the one who screamed?
I am.
And was it because of what you saw in there?
Yes. The obviously dead body of my father's wife.
And why did you leave so suddenly?
Well, in the first place, I felt a deep shame that I had so little control over my emotions as to cry out as I did.
I see.
I had no intention of running away. I walked out merely to regain my composure.
How old are you, young lady?
I'm 16. And, Father, please don't add anything about my being precocious. He's forever describing me that way.
Well, I don't think you are.
But I am. However, if you know the definition of the word, it merely means someone who is developed beyond his given years.
Oh, yes, of course.
Anita, why did you come backstage during the concert?
I was looking for Grandmother.
But she was sitting out front with you.
She came back here during intermission
What for?
to see you.
I never saw her.
She said she was coming to your dressing room.
Did she rejoin you in the theater?
No. That's why I came looking for her.
How is this woman related to you, Mr. Lancaster?
She's my first wife's mother,
What's her name?
Mrs. Stafford.
The police are on their way, Chief.
Oh, thank you, Miss Miller.
What do you think could have happened to your grandmother, Anita?
Well, knowing her eccentricities, I would say she probably went home.
And where does she live?
Just a few blocks from here on Atlantic Street.
The number?
423.
423. I think I'll walk around there.
Don't forget it's raining out, Chief.
Yes, I know, Miss Miller. Oh, stay with these people, will you, and wait for the police.
Yes,
Oh, how do you do? Are you Mrs. Stafford?
that's right.
I'm the district attorney.
Well,
I wonder if I might speak with you.
what about?
May I come inside, please? It's rather wet standing here in the rain.
Very well.
Thank you.
You got rubbers on?
Well, no, I haven't.
Then wipe your feet on that mat.
Oh, yes, of course.
And hang up your wet coat on that rack.
Yes, thank you.
And when you get done, come into the parlor.
Very well.
Who is that, Mother?
He says he's the district attorney.
May I come right in?
That's what I told you to do.
Uh,
This is my daughter, Ruth.
Oh.
And this is the district attorney.
How do you do?
Hello.
I think I should explain why I've come here.
Go ahead.
You attended Mr. Lancaster's concert tonight?
I did.
Did you go backstage during intermission?
I did.
Whom did you see back there?
A doorman. Very rude.
Anyone else?
No.
You intended to see Mr. Lancaster.
How did you know?
Your granddaughter told me.
You were talking with Anita?
Yes.
Well, where is she? Why hasn't she come home?
She's still at the concert hall.
Well, what are all these questions for?
Mr. Lancaster's wife was murdered tonight.
Oh, where did this happen?
Backstage, in her husband's dressing room.
Well, I can't say that I'm sorry, and I can't say that I'm glad.
How did this happen?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Did you go into his dressing room, Mrs. Stafford?
No. All I saw was a doorman. Very rude.
Why didn't you go back and hear the rest of the concert?
I was provoked. When I'm provoked, I go home.
And weren't you worried about leaving your granddaughter?
She's a very self-sufficient young lady.
Yes. Did you have any special reason for going back to see Lancaster?
It wasn't a social call.
Mother went to see him because of me.
Yes?
I was married to Mr. Lancaster.
Yes, I know.
She went to see why he wasn't sending the money he'd promised to give for Anita's schooling.
I see. You didn't attend the concert.
Ruth is sick.
Huh?
She hasn't been out of this house for almost a year.
Oh, I'm sorry. How many of you live here?
My daughter, my granddaughter, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
Any more questions?
No, I guess that'll be all for now. I'll call on you again if anything further develops.
Yes, Anita?
Would you mind not playing the piano? It disturbs my thoughts.
Very well, dear.
It was rather eerie, your playing to a dark, empty auditorium.
Father has been paid for playing to as empty a house as that.
When do you think the district attorney will return?
He should be back soon.
I'm so tired. I wonder if you would mind, young lady, if I were to go into the lounge and lie down.
Oh, no. Go ahead, Mr. Lancaster.
Thank you. Excuse me, both of you.
Yes, of course, Father. Poor Father. He's such a complex person.
Have you seen much of him in recent years?
Only when he's played here. He's on the road most of the time.
Mm-hmm. How long ago did he divorce your mother?
Almost 4 years ago.
4 years. And when was he remarried?
As soon as he was divorced.
Oh.
I intend to write the whole story of the affair someday. It's an interesting psychological study.
Really?
Yes. You see, both my father and mother are frightfully neurotic. They never should have married in the first place.
Well, if they hadn't, you wouldn't be here.
Perhaps that would have been just as well.
Oh, come now. What kind of talk is that?
Oh, I don't say that with any sense of inferiority. I'm sure that my eventual contribution to society will be very great indeed. I was merely talking in a relative sense.
Oh, I see.
Their married life was utter tragedy. Two strong-willed persons, each slowly destroying the other. Can't you see the dramatic impact of such a story?
Oh, yes, of course.
Then this other woman came into Father's life. She was an intensely vital person.
His present wife?
Yes. In a sense, she was just what Father needed.
Oh, was she?
Mother has never conceded this. You know, it's rather a shame she died.
That's understating it.
Are you interested in death?
In what way?
Just academically. It fascinates me.
Really?
I've written a poem about it.
Oh.
I have it with me if you care to see it.
Well...
Just a second. Here it is. You may read it.
Thank you.
I intend having it published someday.
Oh, really?
Someone just came in.
Yes.
Miss Miller.
Oh, we're out here on the stage, Chief.
Oh, very well.
The police have been here.
Yes?
The coroner took the body to the morgue.
I see.
Did you find my grandmother?
Yes, she was at home. I saw your mother, too.
Did you find out anything, Chief?
No. Where's Mr. Lancaster?
He went into the lounge to lie down.
Where's that?
Out near the stage door.
I want to see him. Miss Miller, you'd better take this young lady home.
Very well. Come along, Anita.
Must I go home now?
Yes, your folks are worried about you.
That's unusual.
Oh, that's the lounge right there, Chief.
Yes, thank you. Oh, he isn't in there.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm quite sure.
Well, he said that's where he was going.
Mr. Lancaster? Mr. Lancaster?
Someone's coming in the stage door.
Who's that?
Me, Chief.
Oh, Harrington.
I located that guy Briscoe.
At his hotel?
Yeah. The only trouble is he was dead.
So, still another strange death has come into your district attorney's puzzling case. It certainly seems to be a case without either motive or clues. Before we learn the circumstances under which Briscoe was killed, a brief word to our men listeners. Now, you know, whether he knows it or not, the man who uses Vitalis is a member of a kind of nationwide fraternity. Because more men use Vitalis than any other preparation of its kind. And the reason is...
Vitalis and the famous 60-second workout gives you 3 distinct benefits.
First, Vitalis gives your hair a well-groomed look. There's none of that patent leather shine you see on some men's hair.
Second, the Vitalis workout helps rout unsightly loose dandruff.
Third, and perhaps most important, Vitalis used with the 60-second workout loosens up your tight, dry scalp, stimulates circulation, and thus helps you to keep your hair.
Now, because of wartime restrictions and the tremendous demand from our armed forces, there is a limit to the amount of Vitalis your druggist can sell.
Just remember, it's worth waiting for a product which, applied to your scalp with a zestful 60-second workout, gives you well-groomed hair, helps rout loose dandruff, and helps prevent excessive falling hair. That's Vitalis, Vitalis. And now back to Mr. District Attorney.
This is Briscoe's room right here, Chief.
Yes, you have a key?
Yeah, they give me a pass key at the desk. There we are. After you, Chief.
Thank you. Did you have the police send out an alarm on Lancaster?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. There's a body right over there.
Yes, I see.
Nothing's been disturbed in here, Chief. I told the cops to lay off till you cased it out.
Good.
The guy was shot, Chief.
Yes. Single bullet passed through the head.
Mm-hmm.
Powder burns around the temple.
No sign of the gun, though.
And he appears to have been dead several hours.
Yeah, that's what...
Did he live here alone?
Oh, yeah, he was a single guy. But judging by the looks of things around here, he was getting set to blow.
Yes, it does look as if he'd been packing.
Probably wasn't going to hang around after he'd been fired.
No.
This sort of makes it look bad for Lancaster, don't it, Chief?
Yes, it does.
Looks like he just waited for his chance to run out at that concert hall.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's that you found, Chief?
That's a coat button. I found it on the floor here.
You think it's a clue?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it is.
How do you know?
I believe it was torn from the killer's coat.
Could I see it, Chief?
Yes, of course. Here you are.
Hey, this
is... Yes, who is it?
It's me, Chief.
Oh, I'll let her in. Come ahead, Miss Miller.
Oh, thanks, Harrington. Well, I took the Lancaster girl home.
Good.
Any sign of Mr. Lancaster?
No, not a trace.
Oh, they certainly are a screwy family, Chief.
How do you mean?
I think they're all a little touched. That young girl especially. She's weird.
Oh, you met the rest of the family?
Yeah, the grandmother and the mother.
What's wrong with the girl?
Well, for one thing, as a pastime, she writes poems about death.
Huh?
She gave me a copy of one. I have it here.
Oh, I'll answer, Chief.
Yes, very well.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, hiya, Grogan. What's that? No kidding. When was this? Okay, thanks. We'll be right up.
Yes, what is it, Harrington?
Well, Lancaster's been staying here at the hotel, too, you know, Chief.
Yes?
So just to play safe, I stationed a cop upstairs in the corridor outside of his room.
Yes?
The cop just called to say a man went in there.
Was it Lancaster?
Well, who else could it be?
Well, come on, let's get up there.
The cop says the guy's still in there, Chief.
Good.
From the description, it sounds like Mr. Lancaster, all right.
Yeah, well, I still got that pass key. Should work on any room in the hotel.
Yes, better use it.
Okay.
You stand out of the way, Miss Miller. We just might have trouble.
It's going to open all right. We'll make one quick rush.
Right.
Okay, Mr. Lancaster, stay where you are.
What's this?
He's burning some papers, Chief.
Yes.
Don't light any more of them.
Very well.
Is it all right for me to come in, Chief?
Yes, come right ahead, Miss Miller. Hey, let me have those papers you were burning.
Here you are.
What are you trying to get away with, Lancaster?
What do you mean?
Why did you sneak out of that theater?
I didn't sneak out. I had to leave.
What for?
Well, I wanted to come back here to my room.
You mean you knew I'd find Briscoe's body?
Briscoe's body?
Yeah.
Is he dead?
As if you didn't know.
Well, I didn't. When did this happen?
He's been dead for a couple of hours.
Why were you destroying these letters?
Have you read any of them?
Yes, I've read one of them.
Well, the reason is self-evident.
What are they about, Chief?
Well, they appear to be anonymous notes,
Yes, all of them were.
and they were sent to you.
Yes?
What's in them, Chief?
Well, I'll read you this first one. Dear Mr. Lancaster, are you still so blind that you are not aware of what is going on between your wife and your manager, Briscoe? Look at yourself in a mirror. See your pretty horns.
Yeah.
And the note's unsigned.
That's just about the gist of all of them.
Were they all typewritten?
Yes.
Why were you burning them up?
Because I feared they might be found.
Was there any truth to this accusation?
I don't think so. No.
Suppose you tell us now the real reason for your fight with Mr. Briscoe. Was it because of these notes?
Come on, answer the question.
Yes, it was. I couldn't help it. I knew there was no truth in those letters, but, well, I received so many of them it was like dripping water.
You finally started to believe that they might be true.
Yes, I confronted them both this morning. We did have a row, but it was because of my accusation.
And you fired Briscoe?
Yes, but I regretted it almost as soon as I had done it. I intended to apologize to him this evening.
This makes it look kind of bad for you, Lancaster.
Yes, I realize that. But I didn't kill either of them. I swear it.
Chief, let me have a closer look at that note.
Yes, sure. Here you are.
Those blurred A's and E's look familiar.
What do you mean?
Now, just a minute. Let me find that poem.
What poem?
The one young Anita gave me, the one about death. Oh, here it is. Now look at them both together, Chief.
Yes, I see what you mean.
They could have been written on the same typewriter.
You're right, Miss Miller.
Are you saying that my daughter sent me those notes?
And it certainly appears that way.
Well, I don't believe it.
I think it should be checked on. I want to go back to that house anyway.
Now, Chief?
Yes.
What do we do with this
Well,
guy?
stay with him until you hear from me, Harrington. Come on, Miss Miller. Well, the lights are on. They're still up.
Yeah,
You better stand in out of the rain.
all right.
I'll get the bell.
Have you worked out anything on this case yet, Chief?
Yes, I believe I have.
Yes?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Stafford.
Oh, it's you again.
Yes, may we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Go ahead, Miss Miller.
Both of you can...
Yes, I know. Wipe our feet on that mat, and we'll also take off our wet coats.
See that you do.
Yeah, give me your coat, Miss Miller. I'll hang it on the rack.
Okay, here you are. Come into the parlor.
Who is that, Granny?
The district attorney again.
Oh, hello there.
Hello?
Hello, Anita.
Hello. Have you met my mother?
Oh, yes, earlier this evening.
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry to trouble you at this late hour.
What is it this time?
I wanted to find out something from Anita.
What is it?
That poem you gave Miss Miller tonight. Did you type it yourself?
Yes.
On your own machine?
Yes, my portable. Why?
I've just left your father.
You found him?
Yes. Yes, and he had some letters he'd received. There was no signature on them. Have you got them, Miss Miller?
Yes, right here, Chief.
Thank you. Will you take a look at these, Anita? Tell me if you've ever seen them before.
Yes, sir.
What's this all about?
I'll tell you in a minute. Well, young lady?
I've never seen them. They're very interesting, though.
It's my belief they were written on your typewriter. You notice the E's and the A's?
Yes.
Just what are these letters all about?
Well, they were sent to your ex-husband, Mrs. Lancaster. They contain damaging stories about his wife.
And you think Anita sent them?
Well,
You're wrong.
But?
I sent them.
You sent.
What was your reason?
I just hated the man.
Well, this is very noble of you, Mrs. Stafford, but I don't believe you.
It's true.
Unfortunately, you're shielding the wrong person.
What do you mean?
It was Mrs. Lancaster here who sent those letters.
What? My mother?
Yes, Anita. She also committed both the murders.
In just a moment, your district attorney will be back to explain his reason for accusing the former Mrs. Lancaster of 2 murders and to explain how tonight's case was solved. But first, you know, men, there are a lot of things you can put off, but shaving isn't one of them. Time, tide, and beards wait for no man. So if you dread the thought of shaving because it makes your face uncomfortable, I suggest you change to Ingram's. That's INGRAMS, Ingram's Shaving Cream.
Because Ingram's not only gives you a shave that looks good, Ingram's also leaves your face feeling as well as it looks.
Your face looks good with Ingram's because Ingram's lather softens the toughest beard, makes it easy to get a shave that's close, smooth.
And your face feels good because Ingram's shaving cream is cool, purposely made to leave your face with a cool, delightfully refreshed feeling.
So next time, ask for Ingram's Shaving Cream in either the jar or tube.
Whichever you prefer, I'm sure of this. You'll prefer smooth Ingram's shaves that are cool, cool, cool.
Now, here is your district attorney.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my accusation was correct. Lancaster's first wife did kill her successor, Anne Briscoe. We later found the gun she used in killing the manager. It was hidden in the grandmother's house. She did not go to the chair, however, because it was discovered that she was ill mentally as well as physically. So she was sent to an institution for life.
Chief, what in the world made you suspect her in the first place?
Well, Miss Miller, it was because of something I noticed when I first went to the grandmother's house. It was raining, you know, and as I was taking off my coat in the hall, I noticed 2 wet umbrellas in a stand. When I talked to the women, I learned the mother, grandmother, and granddaughter lived there alone. I was also told the mother hadn't left the house in almost a year.
So, with the young girl still out, how could there be 2 wet umbrellas?
Right. The second bit of evidence was a button I picked up in Briscoe's room. It was an unusual button and evidently from a woman's coat. I had a vague recollection of having seen it someplace before, and then I remembered that it was on a coat in the hall of the grandmother's home.
So that narrowed it down to one of the 3 of them.
Yes, Harrington. Both the grandmother and Anita were very tiny women. Mrs. Lancaster was tall. And when we returned there, I noticed the coat was made to fit a large woman.
And that was the clincher.
Right.
But what was her motive, Chief?
Well, she imagined that Briscoe and the second Mrs. Lancaster were responsible for the breaking up of her marriage. And this was her revenge.
Chief, is next week's case going to be a puzzler?
Well, yes, Miss Miller, in a rather different way from tonight's. It's the case of the wayward children. Friends, I hope you'll join us again next week. And until then, thank you and good night.
The names of all characters in tonight's dramatization are fictitious, and any resemblance to names of living persons or actual places is purely coincidental. Our stars were Jay Jostyn in the title role, Len Doyle as Harrington, and Vicky Vola as Miss Miller. The music was under the direction of Peter Van Steeden, and the author was Jerry Devine. Mr. District Attorney is brought to you by the Bristol-Myers Company, makers of Vitalis, used by more men to keep their hair well-groomed than any other preparation of its kind. Now just think of the word vital and add I-S, Vitalis, Vitalis for your hair.
The first month of the fight with winter colds is over. But mothers, remember there are still 2 more months of winter and winter colds to come. So be ready with Minit-Rub, modern chest rub, to get after your child's cold symptoms. Rubbing Minit-Rub on your youngster's back and chest helps relieve cold discomfort quickly, and Minit-Rub's menthol vapors aid in relieving congestion in nose and throat. Be ready to get after your child's cold symptoms with this modern chest rub used by thousands of mothers. Minit-Rub.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
All right, Mr. District Attorney number 1. Next month, on the first Tuesday of the month, we will have Mr. District Attorney number 2, now which was lost and is now found. In between
That sounds a lot like Amazing Grace, doesn't it?
I don't sing, so you won't get that. But anyway, all right, so we've heard it. Is there anything more we need to know about it, Dr. Joe Webb?
Thanks very much to Carl Shadow. We have identified some of the people in the cast. John Moore played William Lancaster. Vivian Holt played Mrs. Stafford. Alan Kent was the announcer, but we don't know who 2 of the other actresses were in the story at this time.
Yeah, it's interesting with female actresses. My longtime friend Ken Greenwald was really good at identifying male voices, but he also had trouble identifying female voices. I'm not sure if Keith Scott has the same issue or Carl or whatever, but there's something about, I guess, the female voice that is so similar in a lot of ways. It's hard to identify specific actresses, whereas the men are pretty easy.
Yes, and from my discussions with Keith, he was also saying that women's voices are very difficult for people to imitate. So he would have, unless it was some kind of pretend voice that was over the top, like Clara Peller doing the Wendy's commercial, like "Where's the beef?" That kind of thing. If it was a natural voice, it was very, very difficult to do, and sometimes difficult to spot. Yes.
Well, anyway, you guys are doing a yeoman job identifying the people that you have identified. They are the unsung heroes of radio history, and it's time that we give them their credit and their due, even though it's a bit late. But hey, better late than never. Anything else about this particular one?
Yes, there certainly is.
Okay.
Vitalis, which in a previous discussion, we acknowledged that Vitalis had alcohol in it. It was an alcohol-based hair tonic, and that there were some people who, if that was an issue for them, could get caught drinking some Vitalis, and that was one of the unspoken things from Prohibition and the like, and it was a very sad episode for that, and that's why the bottle said for external use only, do not drink. It could be very toxic for you, but yes, that was the case, and that was a selling point of Wild Root Cream Oil, the non-alcoholic hair tonic. So there was a little bit of stuff going on there in between the 2 brands.
The teetotalers would buy Wild Root, I guess.
And Sam Spade. Ipana toothpaste was a really strong brand in the dentifrice market. Do you like the way I said dentifrice?
Dentifrice, yes. Dr. Brooks would be very proud of you.
Yes. And it was a sponsor of radio programs from the 1930s. Fred Allen was sponsored by the brand of Bristol Myers. It was a wintergreen flavored toothpaste. It had fluoride in it.
Ooh.
Which was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
it was
I didn't
never
know that. I thought fluoride wasn't in toothpaste until the 60s, but okay.
Yeah. Here's something very strange in the later history of the brand. They added hexachlorophene to it.
That sounds bad. What is that?
Well, hexachlorophene is a bacteria killer, and it's also at the time, hexachlorophene would have been used by doctors preparing for surgery and was deemed too strong and too dangerous for even that.
So put it in your mouth. Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Okay.
But that quickly came out. The reason that the brand did not survive is that Bristol Myers did not believe in advertising on television.
Oh, well, that's smart of them.
Yeah, and they only advertised in magazines targeted toward women. So instead of becoming a family toothpaste, it started to fall out of favor and be considered to be a woman's toothpaste.
Yes,
and gradually,
let's poison the women with hydroxychlorophene or whatever it is. Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Minit-Rub is
Minute
at the
Rub.
end.
Okay, I don't know about that, but all right, what is that?
Okay. Um, if you remember Vicks Vapor Rub and certain
Vaguely,
things,
yes.
and certain things like that, the technical term is methyl salicylate. I
Ugh.
can't even say it.
Ugh.
Salicylate. It's known as a counter irritant. This is one of those things like Bengay or and stuff that you would supposedly ease your arthritis by creating a hot sensation as you rubbed it into your body, which
Oof.
meant that you were irritating your skin to forget the arthritis pain.
One disease causes another, cures
Yes,
another.
so these things are categorized as counter irritants. Basically, you confuse your body into making something else hurt than what you're applying it to.
Okay, well, I'm
The
already
products are still
irritated
around.
with it. All right.
Yes, so if you ever heard of things like icy hot and stuff like that,
Yeah, don't use any of that, but okay, yes.
yeah. So it was that kind of thing. So in this particular ad, they're telling you that if you sense your children are getting a cold, to put Minit-Rub on them, it'll keep them clear and make the cold go away. So that's basically the way people used Vicks Vapor Rub when they weren't using it into steam and other things. Yes.
Okay. It's
Oh,
very
the fun of
strange
growing
stuff, but okay.
up, growing up in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Is
So
that it?
I think that's it for our notes. But I want people to really know that Jay Jostyn, even though he sounds a little narrow in terms of his acting skill in this character, being the commanding force behind bringing evildoers to justice, that it was a very, very big part. The cast was among the highest paid in radio at that time for this kind of program. Bristol Myers was absolutely thrilled with the sales results that they got from sponsoring this series, and more people need to know about it.
All right. Well, more people will know about it as a result of this podcast, and you will be back with us next month, the first Tuesday of the month, and we're going to have the second of the lost and now found episodes of Mr. District Attorney. So we'll have more to say about that series 1 month from now on the first Tuesday of next month. In the meantime, Dr. Joe Webb, thank you for appearing on the Good Old Days of Radio show once again. Your insights and facts and figures and stories and jokes are always welcome here. And we'll see you next month.